everybody, we're back. Boy, we had a fun time. I'm still kind of tired from Dazzling D's dancing. Do you know what dazzling means? I wondered if you knew that word. That's a big word, dazzling. Dazzling means really sparkly, beautiful, fancy, wonderful, fabulous, dazzling. Like a unicorn might be dazzling because it's sparkly and it has that horn and it's magical. You might say a unicorn is dazzling. Dazzling means just beautiful, sparkly, and wonderful. Mr. D, you do have dazzling, dancing, wonderful feet. I could hardly keep up with you. It's a good thing it's Friday and I can rest. Go home and rest. Yeah, Dee Dee dear. Clyde takes care of Dee Dee dear. Don't you, Clyde? When you come back, we'll get your picture because you're the letter expert. He's going to come back and teach us all about Dee Dee dear. We had to end this week so quickly, didn't we? We miss each other. Look at those big ears. Dee Dee dear says, duh, right? Dee Dee dear, duh, like duh, duh, donut, and deer. We're gonna play a game again today. Oh, there's the bell. The school bells ring. It means it's lunchtime. Our tummies are getting hungry, right, Miss Emily? Yes, and so we know that that bell means usually it's lunchtime for the big kids, but they're not here today either. So if you've had your lunch already, I hope you're ready to go with us. Awesome. Or maybe it's later in the day and you're watching this after a while. Yep, you can watch it whenever you want. You can come back and watch it. We sure miss you at school. It's empty and quiet here. All right, Dee Dee dear, you ready to play? Now we know, boys and girls, that all the zoo pets have a letter and all the letters make a sound. So let's look what we have here. We have Allie Alligator, letter A, and this is the A tub with all kinds of fun things with A inside. And there's Allie Alligator, our zoo pet. Addie, Allie Alligator misses you, Addie. You're her special helper, aren't you? Addie Mae. And here's Bubba Bear for Beckett. I hope Beckett's feeling better. Bubba Bear misses you, Beckett. Beckett. Addie Mae. And this is, oh, there's that bouncing ball. This is the B tub. There's Bubba Bear's letter B. There's his big tummy. Remember, he reaches up for the honey first. And here's Katina Cat. Oh, there's her whiskers. Right there. Uh-oh, looks like you are missing some whiskers now. I wonder how that happened, Katina Cat. Maybe Mrs. Vogt can fix that. We don't want to pull her whiskers out, do we? We can help you with that, Katina Cat. Katina Cat says, k, k, like cookie. Yes, and there's Dee Dee dear, donut. She's got her body first. She's a little different than Bubba Bear, who reaches up with his arm. Dee Dee dear's body, and then she reaches up high and smells and wants to eat that leaf. She's a doe, a girl deer, a mama deer. Female deer is a doe, doe. And deer listen for danger in the woods, don't they? Danger. Well, look what I did. Did you guys notice up here? Oh, our letter friends, they're all watching. You guys have to be our students because our students are gone, so we're pretending. Isn't it fun to pretend? They're going to be our students, and they're watching. They're going to help us. Where do these things go? We've learned 4 letters, A, B, C, D. Can you help me put these back? Somebody's been playing with our objects from our tubs. We need to put them back. Ooh, here's a yummy donut. Donut. Does that go with Allie or Bubba? Donut. Katina Cat or Dee Dee dear donut. You guys are so smart. Yes, donut goes here. We've been doing lots of things with donuts at the donut shop. This one does not have sprinkles on it. That's okay. We'll put it in the D tub. Let's play again. Apple. apple. Oh, Allie, alligator. Aren't they smart, Mom and Dad? I hope you're listening and playing with the kids. Your child is so smart. Allie, alligator. It's so important to listen for the sound at the beginning of the word apple. Right at the beginning, we say apple. Yes, and we know that goes with this. Allie, alligator, Good job. Oh, let's pick another thing. Car. Car. That's a cool car, isn't it? I wish I had a yellow car with red wheels that I could really drive around town. Everybody would say, "Wow, there's cool Mrs. Vogt with her cool car." I like that car. Car. Oh, yes. I hear everybody already telling me it's Katina Cat. You're right. Katina Cat. Car. There's a camel in there. A camel and a camera and a car. We collect things in our tubs that we hear the beginning sound. Let's see. Banana. Let's go bananas. Let's go bananas. Let's go bananas. Ba. Remember that game with, who was it? Bubba Bear Bananas. Usually bears love berries, but we had a banana game with letter B, didn't we? Bubba Bear brought that fun game, bananas. B, good job. Oh, you know that. Allie, alligator. Oh, all you kids, yes. Aletta, Arabella, Addie, all our Addies, Addie Mae, Addie Joy, Addie Jane, alligator. Allie, alligator, A goes with the apple. Alligator. Let's see. Baby bottle. Baby bottle. Who says Bubba Bear, and Bubba Bear is B. Bubba Bear. Yes. Oh my goodness, you're so smart. If you were here, you'd be helping me with this. We've got to do it by ourselves when we have to. It's things we have to do during sickness and when people are sick. We're praying for everybody. Where do you think you're going, little caterpillar? Where do you think you're going, little caterpillar? Let's see. He doesn't want to crawl very good on that chair. Let's see. There he goes. Get back here, you little caterpillar. Caterpillar. Does that say No. Caterpillar. Oh, yes, I see some kids doing this. Katina Cat's whiskers. Caterpillar. Good job. Let's put it. He doesn't want to go in. He's crawling. He's crawling away. Get in there, little caterpillar. Oh. And what about... Ooh, there's so many fun things up here. Ant. Who has an ant for a pal? Somebody's best friend is an ant. Yes, I hear you at home. Allie, alligator, has an ant for a pal. A pal is a friend. Right. Oh, Allie, there she is. There's your friend. Yep. Allie won't eat her ant friend. They're too good of friends. Look at those sweet together. Ants have a lot more legs than alligators. Even though he's little, he's got 6 legs. And alligators have 4. You're right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. What God made little creatures with lots of legs and big creatures with lots of teeth. God sure was creative when he made our animals. Let's look up here. Bell. Is that D dear duh? Yes. Oh, you're so smart. Everybody's saying it at home. You're right. Bubba Bear Bell. Say bell. I bet moms and dads are learning a lot with you. If they're not with you, helping you right now, sitting with you, go get them and say, "Come watch this. See how smart I am." Duck. Duck. Who paddles really well? What can the duck do? Swim. Yeah, duck swim. And we did that in our D book. A duck can swim. Duck. D. Dear duck. Duck. Good job. So in the tub it goes. Oh, cookie. Katina cat, cookie. Yeah, cookie. We had a cookie word, cooperate, last week. Yeah, so moms and dads, you see how we keep you building on our letters and do more and more. We review the letters we've had as we get a new letter. And the last thing is a dinosaur. Wow, this dinosaur is really cool with spikes and horns and a big tail. Dinosaur. Dinosaur sounds like donut at the beginning. The first sound is dinosaur. Good job. In the tub you go with the other things. Oh, thank you, boys and girls. Look. Now we can put the tops on and put them away before we go home. Awesome. But before we go today, let's have a story. Should we? Do you remember yesterday we read about the little rabbit who wanted red wings? He didn't like being a little white, furry, sweet little rabbit with pink eyes. God created him so special, but he said he wanted red wings. Do you remember what happened? His mama didn't even know who he was. He knocked on the door, and his mama, look how scared she looks in this book. She says, I do not know a little white rabbit with red wings. And she slammed the door. And she was sad because she didn't know where her bunny was, her little white rabbit. He wished he had wings, and he went to the wishing pond and he got the wings, remember that? And then how did he get his wings off? Yes, he had to go back to the wishing pond and wish them off again. And then he went home and his mommy said, I love you just the way you are. This is our little book. Yesterday we read the big book about the little white rabbit. Mrs. Boat has 2 books in her room about the little white rabbit who wanted the red wings. Mama says, I love you just the way you are. And your moms and dads love you just the way you are. They don't want you any other way. God gave you to them as a special gift. And they love you just because you're you. And God loves you just because you're you. We're learning that in school. Thank you, God, for all these precious, lovely children. And today we have another story about being loved and being special just because you're you. Oh, it's a bear story. You know I love bear stories. And even though it's not teddy bear days anymore, we still, all year long, we're going to read bear books. That's just because Mrs. Boat loves those. So this is a book about bears, a bear family. But it's also about being special and loving you just because you're you. God made this little bear special. God created all the animals, didn't he? And the trees and the water and plants and animals and land and water and sky and sun and moon. God's creation is good. And he said, it is good, didn't he? This is written by Janet Bingham and Rosalind Beardshaw. You are the best present. You are the best present. Look at that cute little bear. He is special. Oh, what a beautiful day. Look at all of God's creation flying in the air and growing on the land, flying in the sky. Aww. Do you think that's his mommy or daddy? I wonder. It says, you are the best present. Did you ever think of you as a present? Little Brown Bear and Daddy were going on a visit. Hurry up, Daddy, called Little Brown Bear, racing ahead. You're walking too slowly, Daddy. I can't wait to see Grandma. He's going to Grandma's house. Were you wondering where he was going? The story always tells us about things we're wondering about. There they go. It was a long walk to Grandma's house. On the way, they passed a mouse carrying a beautiful, shiny nut. "Oh," said Daddy. "Perhaps it's a present for somebody," said Daddy. That gave Little Brown Bear an idea. "Let's find a present for Grandma," said Little Brown Bear. "Let's bring Grandma a present." That's a nice idea. Oh, look at the beautiful fall leaves. Look at that. They're all falling from the trees. It's a beautiful fall day. So Little Brown Bear began to look for a present for his grandma. He found some bright red and yellow leaves, fall leaves, but they were muddy. Muddy leaves wouldn't be very good for Grandma. "These are no good," said Little Brown Bear. "I'll just find a better present for Grandma. I'll find the best present of all." Look how he looks sad because he says these are muddy. And Daddy's smiling, saying, "Oh, Little Bear, you're so funny. Keep looking." Bubba Bear bell. There was that bell again. So Little Brown Bear kept looking for a present. Daddy picked up a flower. "Shall we give this to Grandma?" he asked. "Yes," laughed Little Brown Bear. "It's pretty and it smells nice. This is the best present of all." Hey, that's a beautiful idea. Grandmas usually love flowers. After a while, Daddy said, "Let's stop for a drink." They scooped up some icy cold water. "Be careful," warned Daddy. But the flower slipped from Little Brown Bear's hands and the stream carried it away. "Whoops," cried Little Brown Bear. "Never mind," said Daddy. "Perhaps somebody else will find it. They will think the stream has brought them a gift." Yeah, it'll float away and someone else will find it. So Little Brown Bear kept on looking for a present for his grandma. Next, he found a fluffy blue feather. Daddy stroked the feather over Little Brown Bear's nose and tickled his nose. It made him laugh. "It's tickly," Little Brown Bear giggled. "Grandma will love this tickly feather. This is the best present of all. This is better than the flower. Better than the muddy leaf." Yeah, she'll probably like that. What do you think? Would your grandma like a feather? Oh, it was a windy fall day. Little Brown Bear held the feather up as he walked, and it shivered in the breeze. Suddenly, a gust of wind whipped it away. He tried to catch it, but it flew high into the air. "Oh, what a shame," said Daddy. "But I'm sure you'll find even a better present for your grandma. Don't worry." And just then, it started to snow. After fall comes cold winter days. Snow? Little Brown Bear and Daddy watched soft white flakes float down from the sky. "Every snowflake is different," said Daddy. "That's what Grandma told me when I was a little bear." Every snowflake is different, just like every person, every child, all of us are different. Little Brown Bear caught a snowflake and looked at it carefully. He had never seen anything so magical. It was dazzling, sparkly, dazzling, like Mr. D's dazzling dance. "This is the very best present of all. Grandma will love this snowflake." At last, Little Brown Bear and Daddy reached Grandma's house. She came out to meet them with a big smile. There's Grandma. She lives in a cave, doesn't she? "I found you a flower, Grandma," said Little Brown Bear. but it floated away in the stream. And I found you a feather. Do you remember what happened to the feather? Yeah. It flew away in the wind. Then he took a deep breath. But now I brought you the best present of all. It's a snowflake, Grandma. Little brown bear opened his paw carefully. Oh, where is it? All that was left was a tiny drop of water. The snowflake melted away. It was gone and back into water. It has melted away, said Grandma gently. Your paw is too warm to hold a snowflake, said Grandma. Oh, look, how is little bear feeling? Sad. We all feel sad sometimes. But Grandma doesn't look too sad or disappointed about no snowflake. I wonder how Grandma's feeling. I think she's feeling love. She loves that little brown bear, doesn't she? Little brown bear felt sad. I wanted to bring you the best present of all, he said. Grandma cuddled him close and smiled. You are such a kind little bear, she said, but you don't need to bring me a present. Look at her hug her little grand bear. A little baby grandson is a grand bear. Grandma loves him. Do you have a grandma that loves you? And a grandpa too. Papas and nanas and grandmas. There's lots of names for grandmas and grandpas. Grandma says, you don't need to bring me a present because you are the best present of all. She said, I love you the best. You're my present. Oh, that's kind of like Mama Rabbit said about her little bunny. She loves him just the way he is. And Grandma and Daddy and Mommy, everybody loves little brown bear just the way he is. God made him special just for his family. He's a gift, just like you are a gift for your family and for us here at school. And there's the snow falling. I do hope they get inside where it's warm. And there's little bear. Look at him. He's trying to catch another snowflake. The end. So it was like fall weather. And then by the time the story ended, it got snowy like winter time, didn't it? So we've had 2 stories in the last few days about being special, just the way they are. And I bet your mommy and daddy and your grandmas and grandpas hug you and love you and think you're special too. Just like little Rabbit's mommy. She didn't want him to have red wings. He didn't look the same that way. He was too different. And little brown bear, he didn't need a special present, even though it was kind and loving of him to give his grandma a gift. She said, you're my gift. Do you remember this song before we go today? If you've been gone, you have not learned this song yet, but it's, if you love the skin you're in, shout hooray. Hooray! Remember, everybody's skin is different. Mrs. Boat has brown spots on my white skin. There are freckles all over. Not everybody has spots. I'm different, aren't I? If you love the skin you're in, shout hooray. Hooray! Some people have darker skin. Some people have white skin or pink skin. We're all different. If you, different colors you'll agree, but the same inside you see. We're all the same inside. All the same colors on the inside. Doesn't matter. If you love the skin you're in, shout hooray. Hooray! Yeah, we love the skin we're in. That's the skin God gave us. We're all special the way we are. That's an important message for everybody to remember. Well, have a great Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll see you on Monday, all you little special kids. You are special, you're the only one like you. There isn't another in the whole wide world that can do the things you do, because you're special, special. Everyone is special, everyone in his or her own way. You're all special. Right, Mr. D? All right, the kids will see you in your dazzling dancing feet next week. We'll see you on Monday or Tuesday if you're in the morning class. See you then.